So, hi guys, welcome again to another video, and this will be the last video tutorial for this chapter 11, which is the build a small network. So before we start, we should identify the device used in a small network and identify the protocol used in a small network, and explain how small network service serves the basis of the larger network. So let's start with my small network topologies. So typical small business network may have a simple design. Only a small number of network devices are needed. So small network is usually comprises with one router and couple of switches and user PC. So the connection to the internet is achieved to the simple one, or either the cable or the DSL. So most of the managing tasks related to maintaining and troubleshooting existing equipment and the management of the small network is usually done by an employee and the third-party company. So here we have device selection for the small network. So this is the factors considered in choosing a device. So for the cost and the ports, the speed also, and expandable, modular, and manageable. So for the cost, it will, the more good quality you have been used, the good or the goods used to be. And for the ports, it is many, but you will just put a mark on it, and it identifies also the speed and the expandable, and for that to easily manage. So here, the IP addressing of a small network. So we have a location and the sales, the HR, legal, the device we need is printer, the server, or computer. So here is the redundancy of a data center. So if one server fails, there is to handle customer requests, and this is the links, the switches, and the router in the middle. So we have now the traffic management. So for prioritizing the traffic, so we have the FTP, which is the low priority. The instant messages is normal priority. The SMTP, which is the medium priority, and for the high priority, which is the voice. So now let's proceed to the common activities. So this is the common activities in a small network. And these are the task manager. So we have the network application, the application services, and going to the security, we have the types of threats, the information tip. So we will just summarize this. So information thief, oh sorry. So we got here the stealing a company user's database. It's about for stealing, and for the data loss and manipulations. So we got here the impersonating someone and making illegal purchase. And for the this is for the this is for the identify thief, and the data loss and manipulation is for sending a virus and altering data records. And for the last one, we have the disruption of service, as we got here the preventing legal legal users and overloading a network. So for the next one, we have the vulnerabilities. Okay, this is the vulnerabilities. For the vulnerabilities we have, for the hardware, we have the use of security cameras and lock or lock up devices. And for the electrical, we have the installation of UPS system and install of redundant power supply. So for the next one, we have the environmental, which is create a positive airflow and controls the temperature. Controls the temperature or the temperature. Where did I get that word? So last, for the maintenance. So we got here the label, critical, and control access to console ports. So that will be here in the so this is the vulnerability. So now let's answer this activity. So for the information thief, we have the stealing, and for the data loss, we have this one. And while for the identify thief, so no. Yes, that's all correct. So now let's proceed to the next figure. So we have here the for the hardware, by the use of camera and lock up devices. So control the temperature and the airflow, installation, this one, and for this one. So that's all correct. So now let's proceed to the types of attacks. So just watch this. This is the virus, which is harmful for the computer. And that's the worm, which is the arbitrary code. And the Trojan horse, can attack the end device. So that's for the malware. So now let's proceed to the reconnaissance attack. So since for the figure 2, gets data from those, gets the ping, and it gets where the ports were on, and this is Wiresharks, the packet snippers. So here will be the scenarios in our activity. So this will be the attacker. For them to reach the system A and B. So let's just proceed to the scenarios here for the types of attack. So for the first one, this is about for the worm, and reconnaissance, because it's failed to comply the security, so it can be harmful for the computer. And there are some packets revising security logs generate the firewall. So now in the figure 2, which is we got, so this is for the malware, both of this. So most of us experience this scenario, and also this one. If you read that, you will notice that, yeah, that's right. So this is very slow, so our definition of denial of service is all about the being slow. And for the access, so we have here this one, and yeah, that's all. And this is very helpful for us, the backup, update, and upgrade, so and patch. This is the example of Cisco or the firewalls. We have Cisco Security Appliances Server-Based Firewall, the personal firewall, which is included in our packet tracer, and the Cisco wireless broadband router. So now, this is the endpoint security. So we have the end devices here. We have the laptop, the phones, the tablets that our technology we use today. And we have this, the device security, locking down the router, will configure some password. And for the passwords, here is the weak example of the password. So this is the strong password for them to not easily guess, because it combines the alphanumeric characters, also symbols including spaces, and this is for pinging. So this indicates for the receipt, and the dot is for the time expired, and the U is for ICMP, unreachable message was received. So here is the options, which we have the trace route options. So here are the descriptions, and here is the trace route option. So this is the show command. Show running config, show interface, show ARP, and show IP route, show protocols, and show versions. Now we have the IP config. We have the IP address for the host, local network for the subnet mask, and the default gateway. So here we config all. And here also we have the show commands. So scenarios again. So this one, show startup, show ARP and show IP in brief. Ay, sorry, I put the yes. And we have now our last section for this. The steps again. So the steps, one is identify the problem. So the step 2 is establish. And the step 3 is test and establish and view and the document. So yeah, that's all. So I think that's all for this video. And if you want a further explanation or summary about this chapter, which is build a small network, so just search for the videos summaries for this chapter. So thank you for watching. See you again on my next video.